right, now can you hear me? There you go. I'm Matt McAllister. I'm the marketing director for OfferPal Media. We monetize virtual currency through ad offers and direct payments. Happy to be one of the sponsors here today for the virtual goods track. And I've been asked to introduce today's this panel up here on a topic that's near and dear to us, monetizing social games and applications. I think over the last 2 days we've heard a lot about this $6 billion worldwide market number, and this panel is going to talk a little bit about how we've gotten there, what works essentially, and what doesn't work. So just want to take a quick second and thank Chris Sherman and Tonda and Tim and everyone else who helped pull this event together. Thank you. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to our moderator, Lisa Rutherford of Two Fish.
Okay, can you hear me? The last panel of the day. Woohoo! Try to be a little lively. So our topic today is monetization of social games and applications. What works and what doesn't. A couple things is to just emphasize this is not about necessarily optimizing your virtual economy. This is about optimizing your payment methods, getting people to pay more, what works, what doesn't, and what you might be doing with your gameplay or your setup of your application that is actually hindering or, in the positive cases, driving people to spend more money in your games. We have a really awesome panel. Myself first, I'm Lisa Rutherford from Two Fish, now a live gamer company. We actually work mostly with in-app virtual economy, but we are partnered with most of these guys, and so I'm very familiar with all of their different offerings. I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves very quickly, so name, company, and brief description of what you're doing. We can start at this end.
All right. Hi, I'm David Marcus, and I'm the founder and CEO of Zong, and we do frictionless mobile payments. So basically, we help you monetize the 98% of your user base that's currently not paying you by removing friction from the payment experience.
Hi, I'm Adam Kaplan, the president of Super Rewards, now vice president of virtual currency at AdKnowledge, and we are a aggregated payment solution and offer solution for monetizing social apps, MMOs, virtual world. We provide a way for users to buy virtual currency directly or earn virtual currency by completing advertising offers and spend that virtual currency in games.
Hi, I'm Ron Herson. I'm one of the co-founders of Boku, which is a mobile payments company. And we're setting the standard in mobile payments by having the broadest coverage, deepest technology and analytics, and signed up over 1,000 customers for our mobile payment solution.
My name is Nick Tallarico, and I'm very sick. I don't normally sound like this. I work at OfferPal. I'm the director of publisher development there. OfferPal, very similar to Super Rewards, allows users to earn virtual currency through a variety of ways within the game. Everything from direct pay, buying with credit card or PayPal, down through mobile. And our core business is kind of ad offers, where somebody signs up for something, takes a survey, and gets virtual currency in exchange.
Vikas Gupta, I'm the founder and CEO of Social Gold. We provide in-game payments, largely direct payments, and we work with most of these people to kind of let people pay with many other channels. We also have a virtual currency platform which lets developers build their own virtual economy and run it on our platform.
Great, thanks guys. I'd like to note if we all get swine flu, we're never using OfferPal again. So when I came to the conference today, everybody kept saying, oh Lisa, you've got a 4 o'clock panel. I know because I talked to one of your panelists last night and they were really complaining about you. And I don't know which of them it was. But the reason is that instead of just getting up here and doing the normal talking about what each of our products are better or the most best or the greatest, I asked them instead to really prepare some positive and negative case studies. Because that would be a great way for folks to see actionable examples and then hear the panel talk around those different examples. So we have a bunch of slides. It's kind of a group of a PowerPoint presentation, if you will. But there's some really good stuff in it. And as I was looking through it, I was really excited about some of the learning. So we're going to use it to guide ourselves, but feel free to bring up other examples. We can go off-roading as we converse, but let's have a conversation. So I think the first area where we talked about was, one of the things I asked everybody is, what are people doing right and what are people doing wrong? And one of the first examples everybody was talking about was the fact of simplicity. And Adam, I know this is one of the ones that you brought up right away, and talking about the importance of simplicity in social applications.
Thanks, Lisa. And simplicity is an interesting introduction as well, because simplicity would suggest the person who complained about you last night might not be here anymore on the panel. But in any case,
Wow.
building for social games is very different than building for traditional MMOs and virtual worlds. And too complicated a game concept, too complicated game mechanics, or too lengthy use of text quickly turns a user off and makes them disinterested. There are plenty of games out there which would otherwise be fabulous games, but lose users' interest in the first game session. So I've given an example of a great game that would seem to monetize well, called Enchanted Island, that both in some of the game mechanics as well as in the lengthy use of text has resulted in, unfortunately, not a lot of users sticking around past the first game session. And so I just wanted to give that as an example. On the other hand, we were also asked to provide some examples on the payment side of really simple, clean calls to action that result in the highest payment. So I wanted to call out two of our great partners in Zong and Boku, who work in these two games that Super Rewards is not part of, but with very, very clear text, very simple input of information with just one line for the telephone number that allows really, really high conversion of users within younger users particularly for mobile payments.
So David, you don't know this until now, but every single other panelist called out Zong as an example of someone who's done a very good job of having clear, simple, and really good call to actions. Was that a design choice for you? And how do you work with your partners who are implementing Zong to make that a real key part of the game?
Well, it's more than a design choice. For us, it's actually a religion. User experience and UI is really, really what matters most, because everybody knows that a mobile payment is an expensive payment. So if it doesn't convert like crazy, it's not worth it. So we've looked, tested every single potential flows in each of the countries we operate in, and we're like close to 25 countries now. And we've optimized for each of these countries to get the maximum conversion. And what we do then is work very closely with our clients when they implement and integrate in order to guide them to remove any possible friction from the payment experience and making sure that it converts like crazy. And that's why it's worth it, because again, it's an expensive payment route, but it converts like crazy.
So you're saying that to you in particular, you mean that I just want to summarize to make sure I understand, that having the higher conversion because you know and are aware of the higher carrier costs that are embedded in your business model.
Yeah, actually, I mean, the whole point of doing that is that in most of the games and in most of our clients' cases, they generate revenues from less than 2 to 5% of their user base. And so you've got 98 or 99% sometimes of your user base who never pays you. Never. And so by removing all the friction that stands between a visitor or a user and a buyer, in other words, using your credit card and billing address and CVV and everything else, we basically enable that 99 or 98% of your user base to become, probably close to 80% of your user base that's not paying you anymore, and then and that's more impactful for your businesses than actually just improving cost of a transaction for the 2% of the user base, which is actually already paying you.
So it seems to me that from the friction side, though, I would think that of any of the panelists, Jambool would be the least, because so with offer walls, you've got lots of different offers you have to go through. With mobile, you have to actually interact with your mobile phone. How do you guys think about that? I'd love to hear from somebody.
So you're right. I think when you're doing credit card payments, you definitely need to collect more information than, for example, mobile. But I think the focus with saved credit cards and repeat purchases, you can actually drive the conversion